So, we have been stalking, the new song came out, first of all.
Yes.
And also the artwork you released. Yeah. So that was very exciting. And when we talked to you, I guess it was like a week ago or something, you were in Berlin, and you were saying that the vibe is nerves about the new album, January 18th, right?
Yeah.
But so when you put out the artwork, was that does it make you less and less nervous when you drop little things out there?
Yes.
Or what was the feeling? Yes?
It felt good to put out the artwork because a lot of people didn't know what the cover was going to look like.
Yeah.
And I really like this cover because it says a lot, but not everyone knows on the front of the bat what it actually means.
Yeah,
with the mint leaf and the hidden eyes. So I'm really excited.
Yeah. And so we were thinking about how you know, the nerves building up to it, which is always with something huge in your life that you're anticipating, right? So let's pretend it's January 18th.
Ooh.
And it goes out.
Oh my goodness.
What do you think the feeling is now that it's out there? You know, what do you anticipate that feeling being?
Excitement and relief. I think relief is probably going to be one of the biggest ones because I've been carrying around this album for 3 years. And I mean, it hasn't obviously been finished. It wasn't finished 3 years ago, but it's been a constant kind of just a work in progress, and I'm just very happy, to be honest, that it's coming out soon, and that I can also start new music. I love working on new songs, working with new people, and I feel like I've had this on my shoulders for such a long time. So
so it will be it's not a negative weight, but it is a weight lifted off to put that out there. I can see that.
Yeah, exactly.
Now, when you think about this, and I know we're getting a preview tonight when you take the stage at Not So Silent Night, but with the songs on this album, would you say there's a theme to it? Or is each song an individual experience over the last couple years that they stand alone? Or would you say this is the whatever album?
I definitely see a thread kind of through all of the songs, but it's more of a feeling. The whole No Roots feeling of feeling like there wasn't just one place that was my home, and a lot of that gets shown in different songs. There's a song called Homesick on the album, and it's with that song that I realized that my home was with people. I don't get homesick, but I get homesick towards a certain person.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah.
I so get that.
I never miss, even now being away from Berlin or being away from my parents in England, I never miss it. But I miss certain people. And that came through that song. And so just kind of, that's definitely very present, but also, everything being so new. And in Europe, we started our own record label and just kind of the struggles we've had with that, whether it's been just kind of standing up against major labels and them telling us it wasn't going to work. And there's a lot of that struggle in this album. It's not really if there's one topic that's not really in this album, it's love. It's really about just kind of not the fight, but just kind of getting to where we want to get now, and just kind of keep working at it, and just the experiences I've had as a new artist in this industry.
Well, it sounds like the perfect theme of a first album. That's really makes sense.
Starting out, it's basically just about starting out, and that combined with figuring out where my home is and why I put my home into people.
Oh, I love that. When it came to writing, since this was your first album, was it, I always think it's interesting, what are the proper conditions for, you to write a good song? So do you have to be in, a certain chair or with a certain, journal? That's what I would envision in my head. I always like my journal and this pen, or do you type or notes in your phone?
A lot of notes in my phone. There's a certain studio in Berlin where I've written a lot of the songs that are on this album. And it's very run down. It's called the Funkhaus.
Okay.
And the wallpaper is coming off of all the walls. There's literally the staircases are filled with dust. Yeah. So you walk up and you see how your foot leaves this huge footprint in the dust.
Oh.
And it's really run down. And I love writing there because it just feels like you go back 10 years or 20 years ago, because Berlin's full of history as well.
Yeah.
With the whole Berlin Wall and being separated back then. And it was in the part of Berlin that was the east part of Berlin, which was not the not so great part.
Yeah.
And it's just very inspirational. So
you get a lot of good work done.
Yeah, I really, and I also feel like I'm kind of it's not in the middle of Berlin. It's like on the outskirts. So you kind of feel like you're not being, that your head's not being distracted by all these, like, by city life. You feel like you can kind of just breathe. So, yeah.
And just thinking about, like, okay, the album comes out, and aside from that, thinking about 2019, like, this is the type of time of year where you start thinking about, like, the next year and what's coming up. So once the album is out, is there anything that you really hope happens for you in 2019, like a bucket list thing or something you're looking forward to in your career?
There's a few festivals that I'm really excited about. I'm not allowed to announce them yet.
I was going to say, wait, which ones?
I'm not allowed to announce them yet, but I'm really excited.
But I just hope that we might be giving away tickets to any of the festivals.
If it winds up being that one.
Possibly.
Maybe. No,
but we're not allowed to say anything, and nothing is happening.
Nothing's happening.
We don't know anything.
Yeah.
We don't
so
know anything.
it's a secret still. But other than that, I don't really have a bucket list. I just want to keep on continuing, like, working with different producers, working with, like, just growing as a songwriter. Because for me, I love writing songs. Like, that's one of the biggest parts for me, because I really, it's therapeutical. Like, it's really really nice to kind of just sit in a studio and look back on everything that happened and summarize that in a song.
Oh, yeah.
It helps me, like, feel a lot better.
And you're
about a
so
lot of
good
things.
at it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
You and the
sorry.
hits already.
I know the hits already. It's exhausting.
It's been awesome to talk to you.
And I know we're going to wrap everything up, but I have to ask one last crucial question.
Not another compatibility test, please.
No, I mean, I don't want to do that. Dana's birthday is tomorrow.
Are you serious?
It's
oh my
okay,
gosh.
And
birthday person?
She's not a birthday person, but don't you think at every age you should be celebrated on your birthday? It's like you did another year.
Yeah,
congratulations.
definitely.
Yeah, 100%. She's not one of those people, and she feels so awkward right now, but I would just love you to celebrate Dana, if you will, for her pre-birthday.
We should all, like, just kind of dance around.
Dance around. I agree.
So you can look at it tomorrow.
You can look at it tomorrow. Yes, I feel like we should all. Okay, we're gonna
put that down. Yeah.
Okay.
And then just sing, like, Happy Birthday, Dana.
Or Why So Serious? But why so serious? Oh, why you're so serious? Oh, why so serious? Oh, sorry. I took it to the next.